Hey traders, John Howell here. Danger in the markets right now. There is a very interesting level that I want you to be focusing on, or it's important to be focusing on moving forward. And also going to be talking about some of my trades that I've taken last night on the Forex and futures markets. Let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so let's get straight into it. I'm coming off an incredible night. Just so for you guys know, I actually live in Sydney, Australia. Okay. Oh, by the way, guys, if you need help with your trading, if you are struggling with your trading right now, I've got a course called the Breakthrough course. It's there to help you understand the mistakes you're making, simple but powerful systems, trend analysis, and so on and so forth. It's only $7. So if you need the help, go over there. There should be a link in the description. Go get that help for $7. And hey, you can get a refund if you're not even happy with the course. It's just go get the help, okay? Now, firstly, what I want to say is actually last night with the CPI announcement, there was some beautiful trades that happened on the CPI, and plus also I took a really nice short-term cash flow trade on the Forex market last night as well too. So this volatility traders right now, this volatility here right now, is actually a blessing if you know what to look for in these markets. And let me actually just bring up the futures charts here for a moment, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So there's a few trades here that I took, and so the first one was on a 1 minute chart. This is when the actual CPI data came out. This one right here. Just a beautiful trade. I didn't write it all the way down, but I got in here. So I got in on the breakout bar here, and I exited down the bottom here. So that's just a really nice, beautiful trade. There was also a really nice trade here on the short-term basis. I like to trade, the way that I like to trade, for you guys that don't know, is that I like to trade after a period of really when the market's gone quiet. If you guys have been watching me now for quite some time, I trade this, and that's why my trading is so successful, right? Because I wait for periods when the market's quiet, right? And I look for trend analysis, I look for quiet time, and then I look for a breakaway bar. As you can see here on this one here, this one broke up, went up, and then I moved my stop up, and then I got stopped at here. So this one here was a short-term trade. Then the market went sideways, and then we actually had this one right here. Again, as you can see, overall massive. When you had this bar through here, you had this just massive overall sideways movement, and then we had a close below there, and as I said before, like that was my entry down there. I like to use some other time frames as well too, but just to keep it simple, and then I rode that down to around about there. I didn't know how long it was going to continue down, but that's exactly what we got all through there. And then there was, I think there was something. Yeah, there was actually another trade this morning that I didn't take. Well, actually, I wasn't awake. But look at this one here. This one right here. Such a beautiful setup here. So you can see here we've got a good... And as I said before, traders, like, just... even if you think I'm full of shit, if you think I don't know what I'm talking about, just put to test what I'm talking about here. Look at this here. What's this here? Quiet time. Large bar, at least a short-term move. What if you knew you had a setup where 95% of the time it's going to at least hit what I call a short-term target? And that's exactly what it's about, right? And then we rolled over, and then we continued down from there. So some beautiful trades that happened there. And then so that they were the two trades that I took. First one was this very short-term cash flow trade right before the CPI, which I was actually nervous about taking because because the CPI data was coming out really very soon. I'm just like, this thing's actually it was actually interesting because I was watching the futures market. Now this is actually this is around about midnight my time, by the way, guys. It's midnight my time. And I watched this thing. I'm like, oh, here we go. We've got a beautiful upward move. We've got a quiet time. We've got a breakaway bar. And then we had a nice move up. It just happens most of the time, right? So anyway, so I'm just like, hang on a minute. This is actually happening. This bar right here formed at 4 past midnight. Now 12:30 in the morning my time is when the CPI data came out. I'm like, this thing's actually moving already. Like I'm just like, I was thinking, no, the market's probably going to go quiet until the announcement came out. It actually had this short-term jittery move to the upside, which gave me a beautiful trade. And this is where traders, one thing that it's important to understand as well too, is that as I'm sharing my setup with you, and again, traders, if you need more of a breakdown approach of trading, and maybe you just need help, then go get that $7 trading course. Okay, I promise you, the very first video is worth $7. It's gonna walk you through the top 30 mistakes you're making right now. And one of the biggest mistakes people make is they let a profit turn into a loss. See, I am very, 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 very confident in the direction of my trade. I just don't know how long sometimes these trades are going to last. So we had those two there, and then my other trade was on the as I said before, the Forex market. Look at that. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trading. Again, quiet time. As I said before, trades, look at this here. Quiet time and then a breakdown bar. It's just like, I tell you what, traders, and for you private clients and for you ex-private clients, I hope you guys are just sticking to the strategy and getting really good at it. The trade that I took on was, oh, look at that. They've actually put all the things there. This Trading Views actually put on all these little flags here. So I think it was on the Australian dollar. Was it the Australian dollar? I'm pretty sure it was last night that I took a trade on. Or was it on the euro? Maybe it's on the euro. All right, I found it. I just had to look back on my trading register to see where it was. I'm looking at the Australian dollar right now, traders, and this one was actually when the European market was just opening up. I was watching the market with the European market. And so this was roughly around 7 p.m. my time. As you can see, really, 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 really simple. What do I say, traders? And it's just, again, this is looking at a 2-minute chart. It's just all the same thing, right? Look at this here. Low, and then we have some sort of trend. We have a trend analysis. We have a period of sideways, and then we have a breakaway bar. What I did with this one here, again, because I didn't know how long it was going to last, the market moved up, up, up. I moved my stop up. Market went up through there. Then I moved my stop up to around about there. The market came down and took me out. So that's the way that, and that was, again, that's just a real short-term trade. But one thing I want you to think about, traders, is just say, for example, you were looking at this bar here as a $5,000 risk, right? A $5,000 risk. Well, that short-term trade just made you $5,000. All right, so let's actually just do the numbers here for a minute. If that was a 5,000, that trade just made you $5,000, and then you can do, the same numbers. If that trade just made you $5,000, and then you look at the S&P 500 and so on and so forth. Anyway, the purpose of me saying that is like, this strategy here just works, traders, and there's so many opportunities that are coming around these markets. This is actually when the I'm pretty sure it was. Oh no, this bar here was when the CPI data came out. So, traders, I hope you guys, if you guys really need my help, you can apply to join my coaching program. Just email me at Howell, HOWELL trader, and then what I'll do is I'll arrange a time for us to actually have a talk on the phone. And then we'll see if you're actually a good fit, maybe for my Inner Circle private coaching program, where I'm there every single day coaching and helping you. So if you do need more one-on-one help, then just email me and I'll talk about there. But again, traders, just keep your trading simple. As you can see, I don't even have moving averages on my chart. Like, really, your trading can be really, really, really simple. The hardest thing for me, traders, and I'm going to get to the S&P 500, but the hardest thing for me is, through my 17 years of trading experience, has always been just removing a whole bunch of the clutter and the crap that just doesn't need to be there. And the most important part to me is just really the market itself, right? The moving averages can say one thing, but sometimes the moving averages can be a detriment. Like, I have always found that, like, I used to trade, like, this is how I used to trade. Right, let me actually show you a chart. This is how I used to trade. Where is it here? Here. Right, this is how I used to trade. And my win-loss ratio was okay, maybe 60%, 65%. And, I was looking for the swing and I was looking for the oversold levels, and I got the Bollinger Bands there, and I got the moving averages and so on and so forth, right? As you guys know, this is how I trade. And then obviously when I want to have a bit, when I want to have a bit more of a look, I just really bring up 1 or 2 moving averages like this. And this is how I trade. Like just with really 1 moving average. I'm using the moving average because it gives me momentum on the downside, which I'm going to talk about in just a minute. But that's at the end of the day, most of the time traders, I'm using this. As I just shared with you a minute ago, right? I just shared with you 3 trades that really, I didn't have even moving averages on the charts. So again, traders, if you are struggling with this volatility, this volatility is incredible right now. Absolutely incredible when it comes to just the patterns and things that are forming right now on the futures markets, on the Forex markets, and even on the stock market. Stock market has been very, very, very volatile. I haven't actually had many trades on the actual stock market this year. I think I've only had about 2 or 3 trades on the stock market this year myself. But it's just again, traders, if you are getting chopped up in the markets right now, okay, please just, I would strongly recommend you taking a pause for at least 30 days if you are getting chopped up in these markets, because it is very, very volatile. And if you don't know what you're doing and you don't know what to look for, then you are going to get chopped up, okay? That's the first thing. That's the first thing I do say is that please just take a step back. I want you to be around for a long time. The reason why I've been here for 17 years is because at times when I've been complete idiot and I've just taken some stupid trades and I shouldn't be trading, the best thing I have done is actually stepped back. Now for me, it's generally 1 or 2 days. Sometimes even for a week. I'll step back away from the markets. I won't even look at the markets for a whole week, and then I'll reassess, and then I'll come back. And then from there you can continue moving forward. So let me actually talk about what I was talking about with the danger with the actual stock market right now. I just so I'm clear that the overall long-term picture, like what I see happening throughout the year, is we're going to make new highs, and we're going to see an incredible move to the upside. That's what I see happening this year. That's that overall picture. That could start in March or June or what, I don't know. Okay, I don't know when that big move's going to start. But right now I'm looking at the short-term technical analysis. So the reason why I say there's a real big danger of the market falling down, and I know some people in the chat box are going to say, but John, you've been calling for the market going up. I still am, right? There's the differences. Like I have an overall gauge of, okay, probably by the middle of this year, we're going to be making new highs and making a very big move. But that doesn't mean we can't have another weak pullback, right? Like it's like just because we have if we pulled back for the rest of this month, and then something March, April, May, June is big, very big move to the upside. You see what I'm saying there, right? So there is the big picture, which is what I'm seeing there, and the short term is obviously what I'm seeing on the charts. Now, here's the thing. Look at this here. There's actually a few different lines in the sand that I'm noticing right now on the stock market, and if we start to break below this level here, so there's one level here. As you can see, there's this one trend line through here, support, and then the market broke down and came back up. And then it found a lot of support all through here, and now it's actually bouncing back up. And now we're getting actually a bit of a double top in place, a top, and we're actually downtrending right now. This is actually very, very, very dangerous for maybe potentially even another leg to the downside. And also what we're seeing here, because we did make a lower low, now we're doing this. Now we're making a bit of a double top in place, and now we're also getting, as you can see, right, this whole level through here. If I open up my charts a bit more, actually, you know what? Let me just bring up the candlestick charts for you guys, because I know you guys like the candlestick charts. So let me just bring on so you can see it just a bit more clearer there. Actually, you know what? Screw that. No, I'm going to go back to this chart here. It's just much more easier for me to see for my own eyes. But the whole purpose here, traders, is that this whole level through here really was, as you can see, was and is a significant level. And actually, it had a lot of support. But when we broke above it, look at this here. This is 1 day support, 2, 3, 4. It even actually rejected a little bit today, as you can see. So market's closed right now. We had a little bit of rejection right now. And now we're holding there. Here is the danger period, okay? The danger period is that if we continue to follow through tomorrow on the downside and we start to break these key levels through here, well, then we're probably going to go down towards these lows here. We're probably going to see a bit of a double dip on the low through there. So, and when I talk about the moving averages, I use the moving averages as gauges. And if that happens, when I talk about like this breaking of this significant low, if that happens tomorrow, then we're probably in sue for some more selling in the markets coming into next week, and we may even get a double dip down the bottom through here, and maybe even a breaking of that low of the S&P 500. So this is where the danger is in the markets, and the danger is from what's going on through here on the S&P 500. So once again, traders, this is on a short-term level. This is what I'm seeing through here, and if we do start to break down, then we're probably going to see some more downside to come. So traders, when I first started trading, I lost $250,000 trading the markets, and then I got access to a few seven-figure mentors that really set me straight on what I need to do with the foundations, how to read the charts, the trading systems, the mindset, so on and so forth. And then that was the massive turning point for me to be doing really well from actual trading and being successful trading. So what I've done is I've created a course called the Breakthrough Course. And what I've done is I've actually put a whole bunch of really good education and strategies and processes that help me go from $250,000 in debt to then actually becoming a full-time trader, making a full-time income from trading. And I'm actually running a flash sale to that trading course. So if you go to johnsflashsale.com, or there should be a link in the description. If there's not, then go to johnsflashsale.com. That's JOHNS flashsale.com. Go to johnsflashsale.com and you'll be able to get access to this course now for $7. So go get access to that right now, guys, and I'll see you real soon.